Steer Crazy, Hypershot, Snake Attack, all these new games are really cool, but what about old games? What about really old games?
Chillax. What old are we talking about here?
We're talking oldest game of all time.
Oh, so you're talking about the original Bop It, 1997.
Well, it's true, the original Bop It was really revolutionary in how it worked, but no, we're talking way older than that.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about the Brain Bash then. I gotcha.
Again, the Brain Bash was the first of its kind in how it worked, but no, we're talking way older than that too.
You know what? Simon, how about that? You can't go older than the original Simon from 1978.
See, you say that, but a lot of stuff came out that year, including Merlin from Parker Brothers, a game with 6 games in one. It was arguably way more advanced than the original Simon. And now is the time I completely forgot to mention what counted as an electronic game in my book. An electronic game is something that heavily relies on digital circuits. It can have lights, bulbs, sounds, speech, or anything else, just no display. And by display, I mean dot matrix display, whether it's LCD, LED, vacuum fluorescence, or anything else. Simply because, at this point, we're talking about a video game, not an electronic game. Anyway, let's continue. Mattel released a plethora of sports-based LED games in the late 70s, including this one, which is football. And the first of that series was released all the way in 1976, Auto Race. Auto Race has you dodging opponent cars, represented by LED lights, and creating 4 laps around the main circuit in the least amount of time possible. Even though it's just LEDs, for its time, it was really advanced. Not only could you change from one of 3 lanes, you can also change gears, which affects the speed of the game.
So that's it, right? Auto Race from 1976 is the oldest game of all time.
No.
Ah, come on.
A year earlier, Vulcan released the XL25 puzzle in 1975. In this game, you have to turn all the lights out. If you press a light, all 4 around it and this one will change color. On will be off, and vice versa. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? 20 years later, in 1995, Tiger Electronics took the same concept and created Lights Out. This was really popular and basically works the same way as the good old XL25 from 1975.
So, XL25 is the oldest electronic game around, right?
In the home, maybe, but let's not forget the arcades.
For the love of...
Touch Me was a game released in arcades in 1974, and it's basically Simon. Players had to repeat increasingly lengthening sequences. Of course, this game was way less refined than Simon's, all the buttons were the same colors, and the tones were really obnoxious, but still. To cash in on Simon's popularity, Atari re-released this game as the Touch Me handheld game in the late 70s.
So, this was the oldest...
Nope.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
We went in homes, we went to the arcade, now let's go to research laboratories.
What?
These games were only released in festivals, and not even in the arcades. Yeah, they will surprise you. In 1951, Nimrod the computer was unveiled in a UK festival. This game, get this, even had a computer AI. You, the player, and the computer were trying to eliminate lights from a grid. The player, or computer, to turn off the last light, loses. During the festival, almost no one could beat the magic of Nimrod. In 1997, Tiger Electronics re-releases this concept as the Last Out electronic game. And get this, there's pretty much no changes from this and the original Nimrod from 1951.
And there you have it. That was the oldest electronic game of all time.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but no.
What? No, you're just lying at this point. That's impossible.
Bertie the Brain was shown in a Canadian festival, yeah, that's right, in 1950. And again, get this, the computer has a built-in AI. This is a simple tic-tac-toe game where you have to play against a computer. This game was played with simple lamps lining up different segments of the board.
So, have we found it? Have we found the oldest electronic game of all time?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Finally.
Unless we count the ones with displays, which set our dates back in 1947.
Okay, enough.